Good evening. This is Shubhra Chaudhary from Tech. Today's topic is politically correct money in the West Bengal politics. Yes, so the generation Alpha and generation Gen Z Beta word key which is and have used the words EQ. Normally we understand the EQ is the E the E and Q terms for electrical and quantum physics or quantum mechanics. Till in India, Generation X, even Generation Z, uh, little in studying little higher education, they are more into the classical physics and their application in technology and engineering. Technology or প্রযুক্তি in Bengali is the applied science. And what is engineering? Engineering is basically mimicking the nature to do the similar job in a quite efficient, optimized, and speedy way, accelerated way. Now, the requirement of the exploring micro-level universe, quantum mechanics or quantum physics, was somehow felt necessary. The pioneers like Heisenberg, Schrödinger, somehow who were highly influenced by the Indian and well on the Vedanta. On Vedanta. I don't know how many people know this, but when I was talking about something else previously, I have said that the logic of Nyaya or has two very specific way of argument, sorry, very specific uh, components of argument. One is the Pratyaksha validation or the evidence which can be validated with scientific knowledge, and another is red book. and Vivedku, the introduction of Vedku chemistry. It was for different use. I used the noun and adjective Dasharatha as a noun, common name, not just name and of a human being, and Dasharatha as a adjective, where 10 chariots are described. Why so many things? Because of the need, health need. Heisenberg, Schrödinger evaluated research on the quantum arena. This quantum arena requires high mathematical understanding to go deeper. Now, I'm trying to approach in a very simple way as the Gen alpha and Gen beta start understanding this, not Gen beta now, Gen alpha at least, start understanding this because their era is uh, entangled with the quantum research. Your career is highly depending on quantum physics understanding. Now, everybody will not take physics or technology or engineering as their subject. Lot of people, suppose the chunk of people will take the biological sciences also, medical sciences, the other subjects, environmental sciences, which is a this interdisciplinary subject, like anthropology, like social welfare, like social psychology or management. They are very interdisciplinary subjects. So, environmental science or environmental engineering or environmental studies are also highly interdisciplinary. You need very good authority over biological sciences, zoology, marine biology, botany, microbiology, human physiology, because for an example, when you are going to approach the public health issues, you need to understand what harmful chemical or harmful germ works on a human or plant or fauna physiology. Right? So you should have a look over the thumbnail of this one, this session, and one previous session without any words. Well, you have to look up it. You see, there's a bar. There is a chunk where it is showing the molecules. There's a there is an eye of this part, European robin. Then we'll see There are some more things, and then a window where you can see uh, you know, laser kind of border, which you can see checks little this, bulged or distorted, which is which you can get in my one of my very primary Bengali story, the river Pog, নদীর নাম কি কৌশালী. It is available in Kothari also. You know what? It's about the migratory parts. First, we are again going to the physics. Why quantum? Why not something else? Why people thought that the quantum analysis, quantum computation is required? I can start from a very simple point. Electrons spins spins around the nucleus. We know atoms after molecules we get atoms. The atoms have normally people says one nucleus consisting protons and neutrons, the positive charge and the mass, neutral mass. Then people say the void space. Then the negative charge of electron. You know when how the electron jump occurs, but you know also from your school studies, class 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, that this electrons spins not in perfect circle and rotate. You get little bit astonishing in your class standard 11 and 12 high school standard, but you also know that Heisenberg introduced the uncertainty principle. Normally we say the electron is you have a habitat of a cloud kind of. Well, this uncertainty is quantum. Now, why? Why? Question is why this is not spinning in a particular shape every time. From there, the subatomic studies start. From there, what happens? What is the reason? Why and how? Now we know there are gravitations throughout the world, so there is a wide actually. Again, some other reasons are also there. I can check one example that the migratory birds, the avian ecology, migratory birds. European robins is also one migratory bird. I think you have read that beautiful story when the winter came in the Europe from England, the migratory bird, European robin, went to the south and When it came back, what happened to the protagonist and the other characters? I think you can remember. Remember it. It's a very beautiful story. We know migratory birds come into the table also. They previously uh, taken the Alipur Zoo lakes, but after building up the huge Taj Hotel and the other very large structured building, the skyscrapers, they deserted it there, going more at Satragachi lakes in Howrah. But now I've gone, I have taken photograph, I have sent it to this. I have shown this to police, and because there are provisions in penal codes and criminal procedures to stop that. The abnormal building up of multi-story buildings, housing complexes. Right? So slowly this Satragachi hills also, or the Satragachi lakes are also going to be deserted by the migratory birds. But don't you ask yourself at least once how these migratory birds come from the Siberia or the European roving from the northern Europe and prime meridian areas, England and France, to south, and go again to the same place. Now, we know the anatomy and physiology of the robins. In fact, no bird have any tissue which is as such ferrometally, or iron is such deposited to access the Earth's electromagnetic field, weaker 100 times than the electromagnetic field of your refrigerator, your household refrigerator. So how they can see? You see the bulge shape or the little bulge distorted system in the window, the trees are there. You can remember this in again. You can study or read my Bengali book. You can read Bengali or translate it in Portuguese Bengali. Koushali একটি নদীর নাম, or the river code. The what happens in picture you see, in thumbnail you see, the robin's eye have some molecules. What I have said, spinning of the electron. When they face a blue light, it activates the particular molecules within there for the more or less all the migratory plants. What this called one kind of chromatin. Now, suppose this is the eye. How this magic happens? These molecules are called in the right cytochromes. This cryptochromes. These cryptochromes or cytochromes, they react with the blue light. Now these cytochromes are cryptochromes. What happens? It encrypts the blue light and make a pair. Well, so they generate two different molecules from the same point, which is a quantum entanglement. One spins in singlet and one spins in its parallel. It's called triplet. Well, very simply, I have lot of time tried to explain the quantum wise. Radha and Rukmini, the eternal lover of the Krishna and the wife of the Krishna. Well, the causal factor or the male Krishna stays instantaneously, instantaneously with both. It's the analogy of or Rash Leela. The here what I said, local here. Suppose Radha is local here and Rukmini is local there. Krishna, the causal factor, is a incident which is instantaneous incidence. It creates what it creates, the tentative or probabilistic staying of Krishna in both places. In Rashtrila, it is saying that with several thousand places or throughout the universe together. That is the uh, existence of instantaneous incidence. That is also called in another way the Brahmo. Sarvatra Halvidam Brahmo. The instantaneous incidence of being omnipotent or just omnipotent. That we call the Ishar in non-dual. Well, now, when these two spinning happening together, suppose in a broad sphere, well, it's through the what? Hilbert space, you got the vector, the electron starts spinning, and instantaneously another one slapped with the Haravante, or I took it slightly advanced, giving the parallel or perpendicular vector in prime element. It's a kind of geography. It's called spherical geometry. Later we will study spherical geometry. Then we will learn azimuth, Vishuborekha tree, Dratima tree. But what is the degrees? How the block sphere is perfect sphere imagine, though our Earth is not perfect sphere, what happens if we put them into different coordinates and all these things. We are not going deep into this. We are in the birds. This is the point of view of bird. This window, the very low intensity Earth's magnetic field can be seen प्रत्यक्ष करा प्रत्यक्ष can be seen, can be visualized. Prataksha is not every time seen. A lot of things are there to for Prataksha. All the indriyas or sensory organs are can Prataksha. Our skin, our eyes, our uh, inhalation, and our this ears or other common views or not sensory because the reflective organs or response organs like hands, like legs, like our throat, playing sound. Anyway, so they can sense the visual, they can see the electro, the inclination of the electromagnetic field of the. Isn't it highly interesting? A bird can see what we can't. Suppose a pigeon, it can see in a PIP view, picture in picture. You have seen in many YouTube or when you are editing the videos, you create picture in picture. So when a pigeon sees in the PIP view, right? And again, many people you can see they put one mirror up, this convex mirror in their uh, side view mirror. Many cars. Why? Because it gives the PIP view of the when you can see the nearer one, you can see the uh, cars or people behind you from the longer one. One is long shot, one is closer. Focal length, difference of focal length. Again, the migratory birds can see what we cannot see. We cannot see a electromagnetic field without interfering with the engineering. You can see now the electron jumps and all these things in your circuit board. But highly sophisticated, not everywhere it is possible. But birds can naturally. And this is one of the examples of quantum biology. I request many if you have interest, you can take quantum biology as your specialty. So, what is quantum biology? Quantum biology is the studying subatomic behavior or subatomic physics of the molecule of the cellular level or tissue level or organ level or as a whole anatomical level of a living being, living being, plant, animal, and one of the animal species, human being. I think human beings are not plants. 100%, because we don't have, we neither have the roots uh, nor have the wings. So the raw thing, the next thing is, if we had that, can you imagine? We can just grow our roots into the this, using this soil. We can take the required salt and minerals, and from the sunlight, we can take the we can put the green skin on us, and the green skin have the chlorophylls, and the silver line of the chlorophylls can grow automatic food for us. So, so many conflicts could be uh, stopped. Conflict for the fuel, conflict for the pesticides, chemical pesticides, all these things. It could be. The new thing is, it is not there. So, the study of quantum biology may enable you, or arm you with the future. One of my teachers in ISWM many times told, don't go for the subjects like a blind, which is market ready. Go for the subject which, where you have lacked, which you love. If you love science, if you love to understand why the things are happening, you will deep within the biological world, and why it is required physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and how it is happening. You are the person who should take quantum computation or quantum biology. Yes. Thank you. Again, we shall meet with some other topic or in more discussion about this. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Good night. Shubhra.